Death Valley, Clemson Memorial Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Death Valley, the tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Hits inside. It's Johnson. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Looking for a crease. It's Davidson. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to four-down territory. Here's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Brown. Off and running. Touchdown, Clemson. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Warren. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now here's Reed. That one's not even close. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Quick give. It's Edwards. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Ton of ground to cover here on third and long. Reed. They're all over him. And he gets rid of it.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on third down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Punt is on its way. On the return. He's brought down, and he looked for room to return it, and there wasn't much there. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the good passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's...
Sprinting away! Touchdown, Clemson! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he finished things off by racing 37 yards to the end zone. On the return, it's Warren. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow start.
Oh, I'm out of space. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
From the gun, it's Edwards. A 3-yard gain there. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Davidson. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
And that's the second time today, man. Like, you see, it looks like he's going in fast forward. He's got some jets, man. This guy can really, really move. This offense does such a nice job of finding creative ways to get him the football. And we've already seen it today. A couple of explosive plays, and they're going to continue to feature this young man.
After the run, now to throw. Finds his target. At the 45, on his way. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So first down here as they go back to work. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Press center downs going to the air. Left side, it's Brown. Snags it and he's open. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
They're going to run it. Trying to find the end zone, and he's not going to make it as this defense is making it tough. Push ahead on the sneak. Sneaks into the end zone. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Reed. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up. He's going for the big play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too.
Trying to take it back. Getting up close to midfield. The 48-yard line before being run out of bounds.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
They're going to ride this running back. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Second down, going to throw it. Reels it in. Across the 25, he's got room. He stopped just short of the goal line at the one. An explosive play has him set up. The Tigers headed quickly to the line. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Touchdown, Tigers! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking for a gap. It's Edwards. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. The Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Offense gets set for second down. Here's Reed to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Throws to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, I think they were really hoping they'd go in at halftime and get this guy settled down and find a rhythm for him. That has not been the case, though. We're here in the second half. He's just 1 for 7 throwing the football and throws another incompletion. You're really scratching your head now if you're the offensive coordinator because you are digging deep into your playbook trying to find a completion for this guy.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Looking for the marker. He's not going to get there. The defense was sure tackling to stop him a few yards short.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Going with the ground game left. Oh, he's got some space. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone.
And that last run was just a nice job seeing the hole, exploding through it. He has had a heck of a night. Now with that carry, over 100 yards on the game. That's the mark you really want to hit as a running back, and he's got that here tonight.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Davidson. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
Wants to go up top on second down. Got his man in the middle. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, first and goal, expecting run. Great job fitting the run. Great job getting the running back on the ground.
Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. Just enough time to get off one more snap. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Making the adjustment on the play. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Throwing Reed. Out wide left, it's Edwards. Fighting off the defender. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with Hawaii taking on the San Jose State Spartans. And it's the Rainbow Warriors who win it on their home turf. They take pride in protecting their dirt, so to speak, and they did so today. That is another solid victory for this team, who now gets to 5-1 on the season.
The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange. And
makes the grab in their space. They get him on the ground, but that'll be enough to give Texas A&M a first down.
Great job by the quarterback there, knowing where his answer is against the blitz. He finds his dump-off throw to the running back, and he does the rest, picking up the first.
Straight ahead, it's Edwards. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Texas A&M going quickly.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun match.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Quarterback keeper. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be 4th down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Making the adjustment. The run inside. It's Davidson. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beats you.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to Johnson. Picked up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Breaks into the open. Inside the 40. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. Reed. Still looking. Fires on the move. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies.
And finally, guys, we've been talking about this offense. When are they going to get it going? When are they going to have that spark? They make the play. They finally get on the board. Now, can they keep the momentum going? Can they play complementary football? Can the defense get a few stops and the offense keep this up?
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Wide 53! Wide 53!
The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Burrows. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. This guy has the look of the next big play receiver at Clemson, in the vein of T. Higgins or Mike Williams.
Or DeAndre Hopkins or Sammy Watkins. I mean, the list is pretty lengthy of guys that are big, explosive, fast, and they can really win on the outside. And Clemson, as much as anybody, they're going to catch the ball, spit it to those guys, let them go make plays. Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Quarterback changing the play. Churns into the pile. There he goes. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down, as they've got a first at the 32.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense, because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards and good things are happening.
Got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscles. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking for space, it's Davidson. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Out wide right, it's Burrows. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic. And this guy is having himself a day.
He'll bring it out. It's Warren. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. And the Aggies moving quickly to the line. In the gun, third down, Reed. Extending the play. Gets rid of it. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Reed to the air again. Buying a little time to his left. Going to try to get it himself. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds. A&M comes back out with another first down.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, know when guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
And after a nice gain, the runner just scoots out of bounds. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas A&M. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Plummer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Back to pass on second down. Throwing right. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Reed. Turns it upfield. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. To throw, it's Reed. Rushes on. He'll try to do it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. The Aggies will hustle to the line. They're looking to throw on second and short. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead, you know they're going to be passing, and you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Spins away from the defense. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Third and long coming up. Running inside, it's Johnson. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a fourth down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They
blocked the kick.
I mean, if you're on defense, finally something good happens. It just hasn't been a great day. You've been giving up a ton of yards. You've given up some points. At least you get this field goal block. And listen, for coaching staffs, you got to find silver linings in games like this to get your team back on the field next time playing their best.
Here's Reed to throw. Still looking to his right. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Slips away. Deep shot for the end zone. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Go, go. Blue idiot.
Snaps it. They'll throw to start the drive. Here comes the heat. Gets rid of it.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Hits inside. It's Johnson. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down, so you have to be able to run it.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Right back to it. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Throwing Reed. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
2nd and long here. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. 2nd down to the air. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Left side, it's Brown. Caught, and he's got room. 10. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
And what a performance in this game by the quarterback. I know there were not a lot of people that even gave this team a chance considering who they were playing, but this quarterback blocked out all the noise, David. He told us leading into this one, he felt confident in their offense's ability to score points, and he has proved all the doubters wrong.
Yeah, and confident is one thing, but to do it against a top 10 team, this is, you're a massive underdog. No one was confident except for him. He carried this team, played so well, and because he believed, they were able to pull the big upset today.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. Reed. Out wide left, it's Edwards. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.